What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Perfectly Unmatched podcast. And as you can see, we do not have our guest because issues. But that's okay because next week Leah's being a guest, and Leah is more punctual or on top of things than I am. So, if you guys are waiting for the guest, you guys will see a guest
We
soon.
were supposed to have a guest 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Almost 3 weeks ago.
Anyway, but it's okay. You still have us, your wonderful host, John and Leah.
Can I just say,
Who's eating a plain bagel?
stop playing at stuff. I gotta tell you guys something.
Oh boy.
John is probably the most disingenuous person
No, I
I've
am
actually
not.
met
No, I am not.
when it comes to this camera turning on.
You're literally,
The minute
you're literally laughing.
the minute that the camera turns on, it's like a whole different personality.
Yeah.
And I wish that you guys would just get his regular personality because he's actually kind of funny. And I hate saying that because I hate to get his ego to be a little big. But he's actually kind of funny. And so when he has this like persona,
It's a persona.
it makes
I'm joking.
it like
Speaking of furries,
I
right?
just feel weird.
Well, furries. Would you ever be a furry, Leah?
I think I would have to be.
You're pretty furry right now.
I'm flooding in cat hair, and he's allergic, and I'm like, this is the worst combo ever, bro. But to answer your question, I think if I am ever dressed up as a fucking furry, please call the police, call the medics, send me into a psych.
Call an ambulance.
It's
But not for me. No, I'm joking. You don't know that meme? I've been quoting memes today, and Leah doesn't know any memes.
I know that one. That one's a Vine.
Oh, there we go. Man, what a throwback. Back in the day, Vine. I used to be
love
happy back
Vine.
then. Anyway. So, we have a couple of topics. Do you want to start with my topic or your topic?
I would like to start with your topic.
My topic. So, my topic revolves around when you're older, if you're currently younger, or when you decide to have a family and you have kids, right? Are you putting your kids in sports? As in, like, they have to do a sport, or can they choose to do a sport?
Are you asking me, or you're going to
That's
respond?
to the audience
Oh.
and to you. Like, that's the question that I'm posing.
I think I would want my kids to do what makes them happy, and if sports is not what makes them happy, then that's okay. If sports is what makes them happy, then that's also okay. I do have restrictions, and I do have like requirements for them to stay in those sports.
What restrictions? Like, what do you mean restrictions?
Like my mom never allowed my brother to play football because she was scared that he would get a concussion
Mm-hmm.
or things of that nature. Like and I mean, I get it. In every sport, there's injury,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I have a feeling my kid is gonna end up being in like baseball or something because all of my other siblings did it. But at the same time, I'm the only sibling actually out of 6 siblings. I'm the only one that did not do a sport. Actually, no, I can't. I'm more.
doesn't belong.
Literally, I'm like the black sheep. But actually, Amora doesn't do sports either.
Yet.
She's only 5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't know what she's gonna end up wanting to do. But anyways, yeah, no, I just think that if my kid's happy doing what they want to do, then fine. But I also am a big believer in like if you think that sport's gonna be your end all be all, like you think you're gonna go into the major leagues with that, that's a nice idea.
No, you always gotta hold on to your dream.
No, that's a nice idea, but you better. I actually want to hear like 2 other plans that you may have if that doesn't work out, because I'm not gonna feed into my kids' fucking delusions. I will support you until it's to a point where you're like, Mom, I want to quit school. Being high school, I want to quit school so that I could just focus on baseball. Yeah, I don't give a fuck what you want to do, actually.
No, you're doing school.
You're doing school. You're gonna get good grades. You're gonna graduate. And if you want to keep doing baseball outside of that, perfectly fine. But I'm not. I'm only using baseball as an example. It's just because everyone in my family's done it.
Everybody's playing baseball in your family?
My brothers played baseball. My sisters all played softball.
So you're a baseball family?
Yeah.
Baseball, softball
Mhm.
family? Oh.
My mom played it.
Wow, so you really are.
My dad's
You know.
played it. I'm literally the only one that's never played shit.
Wow.
And I don't intend to, and I never wanted to. It was never something that piqued my interest.
Fair enough. See, I tend to differ a little bit.
Yeah.
Because for at least a few years when they're younger, I want my kids to play sport. Like I'll put them in sports,
Mhm.
right? Because I think playing sports teaches you a lot of life lessons that you could apply in other areas of your life, like teamwork, communication, because you have to communicate on the field, no matter what sport you're playing. How to lose, right? It teaches you how to lose because you will lose.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just part of life. It's just part of the game, whatever game you play. So I think sports do teach, especially kids at a young age, at a developmental age, a couple of really good life lessons. Also, how to be competitive, because you got to be competitive in this life. And then eventually, like if my kids, like after playing sports for a few years, if they don't want to, what's it called, go be an athlete or whatever, I guess I'd be okay with it. I like my kids to be athletes throughout their lives
Yeah.
because it also promotes health even when you're an adult if you still play a sport.
Yeah.
So it still promotes health, even if you're not playing like major league or professionally or in that nature.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just think sports overall are good to like humanity as a whole, but also like a child's development.
Yeah.
So that's why I would put them in sports, and they will play sports for a certain period of time until they decide whether they want to or continue or not. I'd say until at least like 7th grade.
That's a little insane because I do feel like they have their own minds and opinions. Like the minute
7th grade.
that they like can comprehend full sentences and like sitting. If I believe like if a child is fully developed in a way of like being like, hey, I don't like this, which I feel like has to come from like 5 or 6. And they decide to tell you like, "Hey, I don't want
Yeah, but then
to
we
do
can
it."
play a different sport. You can try a different sport. I don't have an issue with my kids
But
playing different
this
sports.
is my thing: is that you want them to do sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if that's not what they want?
Well, like I said,
You
they
can't.
once they decide that they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it anymore. But I'm saying like 7th grade because I think that's like where you reach the point of where it goes from like you play for fun. Yes, it is competitive, but you play it for fun to where okay, now I'm looking to maybe be on the high school team when I go to high school, or maybe I'm looking to be more competitive, like playing on travel teams and stuff. So then like okay, then you decide, you've been doing this for fun now. Would you like to continue this a little bit more seriously, or still play for fun, or not play at all? You know what I mean? Like, 'cause
I
that's
just
kind of the
feel
crossover.
like 7th grade is way too long. Like, what if they know by the time they're in like 3rd grade? You're gonna make them still do it for 4 more years.
Did you know what you wanted to do in 3rd grade?
Yeah.
You knew.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It wasn't sports.
Good for you. You also didn't like playing sports, so
But I knew that.
Huh.
But I knew that.
Congrats. I don't know. See, this is where we differ, though.
I have to save my godchild from this man.
No.
That's what it sounds like. I'm gonna have to plan my escape plan for my godchild, for sure.
I'll track you down. Like that one movie character. I forgot his name. It's so iconic. Why am I being stupid?
The one where his daughter gets kidnapped from
Yes.
Paris.
Yeah.
I don't know who
The
you
one.
are,
The
but I
one.
will
Yeah.
find you.
I will find you. Yes. Oh my god, I'm being so stupid.
I don't know.
Anyway, that was that topic. I wanted to get your opinion. And let us know down in the comments, guys. Would you want your kids to play sports, or are you making them play sports for a little bit? Let us know down in the comments below.
I don't think you should make your children do anything that they don't want to do. The only thing that I ever feel like your children should be forced into is obviously prioritizing their mental health, but also their education. I think an education really does matter. I think, especially in this day and age, everybody has a freaking degree. So it feels like as if you don't have one, it's like you're almost left behind in a sense. So, yeah. I think just make sure people are and most of all, make sure your child's happy.
That's number one. Obviously.
That's obviously number one. But I don't give a fuck if you're unhappy at school. You're gonna finish school. That's just
wow. And make sure your child's happy. But if he's not, fuck you. You're doing school.
If he's not happy at school, like I'm sorry, I can't do anything. But that's like a requirement. You need to finish school. I don't care.
It? I mean, some people.
No, it's a
school.
requirement. High school is basically what I'm trying to say. No,
okay.
You're not going to be a fucking high school dropout. That's embarrassing.
For you, but what about the kid? You got to think about the kid.
No, that's embarrassing. You didn't finish a modern day education. This is literally, and this is how I see it. This is how I see it. I think it's also because I come from a Hispanic household. And being in a Hispanic household, a lot of our a lot of our families migrated from, you know,
Wherever you come from.
wherever we come from, and for them to come here to make sure that their kids have better lives, and you, okay, let's say you don't go to college, fine. You fuck it up enough to you don't even go to high school. Your parents sacrificed so much for you just for you to not finish high school. I just feel like high school is just like a bare minimum education to have.
What about GEDs? Because some people go get their GEDs.
But why are you getting your GED? What's the reasoning behind getting your GED? Because why can't you just finish and get the fucking diploma?
But some people just.
But why a GED?
The
'Cause clearly,
school.
a GED is a lot harder than an actual high school diploma because you literally have to know every single fucking thing. Whereas a high school diploma, dude, you could fucking get C's in all your classes and you're still gonna be passing.
But here's the thing, right? For some people, right, like I guess like the routine or like the stability of school kind of like really doesn't work for them. You know what I mean? Like there's certain people that like, if you tell them, okay, well, yeah, you just have to do the bare minimum, but it's something that they hate, they won't do it. Even if it is just the bare minimum, they just won't do it. They just can't.
I'm sorry, I can't. That sounds like a stupid fucking excuse. Like, just, it's high school. I'm not telling you go to fucking college. I'm never gonna throw that on my kids where I'm like, go to school, go to finish college. But you're finishing fucking high school. Like, that's embarrassing. Finish high school. Don't piss me off, seriously. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't give a fuck what your next excuse is.
Another Leah crash out.
It's not even a crash out. It's just like, bro, it's like a fucking like, it's bare minimum shit. What the fuck do you mean you're not gonna finish high school of all things, bro?
I should have said thank you for this.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
Anyway, next topic.
That just made me mad. I'm a little upset.
You wanted to start with my topics, and then you changed my topic.
No, but it's like my thing with you, and this is what always irritates me about him. He always wants to make this as like a no, there is no but. There is no but in certain situations.
There's
like,
always two sides to a coin.
You know, some people, they just don't like school. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about the ones that are required by the fucking state for a majority. You're supposed to go to school. You're supposed to go to middle school. You're supposed to go to elementary school. You're supposed to fucking go to high school. And if you don't go to high school, well, please literally knock at your fucking door because you're skipping class. Why? Because it's basically a fucking requirement. College, I don't give a fuck. You can do a trade. You can go ahead and start your little business. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Technically, you don't have to go to high school because you could drop out at 16.
Here we fucking go with this.
Well, I'm just saying, like, legally, you can drop out at 16.
And I don't give a damn. And I don't give a damn. It will not be my kids dropping out of fucking high school. Be fucking.
But they can legally do it.
I don't get. No, they can't. If you're under my fucking roof and you're still under 18, I don't give a damn.
What if they leave?
No, they can't. They can't.
But you're literally trapping your kid then.
Shut the fuck. No, you're gonna piss me off. No, you're really starting to piss me off. Trapping my kid. Meanwhile, you want to fucking put your kids in sports until 7th grade, and then they get choose. When a child can comprehend after 5-6 years old.
But there's also health benefits and, like I said, development benefits.
There's also health benefits. How about fucking mental benefits? Okay, maybe they're not happy doing it.
Well, then we can have that conversation. If it's that much of a doubt. God.
You're gonna piss me off.
God, not everything has to be so black and white, Leo. There's gray.
There is always a black and white. There is a black and white.
And there's a middle.
No, there isn't. There isn't. You either do it or you don't. And my point is you're gonna do it. Yeah. So anyways, moving on from that, I think I kind of want to. I was watching our podcast, the last one that we did, and I really kind of just want to get into it because I was talking about.
I was gonna say before you say what you want to say. Can I say something?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you know what would have been a good segue?
Well,
Because you want us to talk about our fears.
yeah.
A good segue would have been, so is one of your fears your children wanting to drop out?
No, it's not a fear because it won't happen.
Anyway,
It's just
continue
not
how we're going. We'll get into our fears in a bit,
happening.
ladies and gentlemen.
I will say that we were talking about a certain individual that I was going through it with last week, right? And I kind of nitpicked John's brain after the fact, like once the camera was off, and I guess like he's being a little logical about it. But anyways, the whole point is like, I do feel like that.
As not an impartial person, but as a person that's like on the outside of it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And like, my thing is that I'm trying to explain this where I don't make this person look like a bad person. But the reality is, I think that they were just disingenuous. And I don't know if there's a line between like, okay, were you being disingenuous, but that still make you a good person? Or are you disingenuous and that still makes you a bad one? Or that just makes you a bad one? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I was kind of thinking about it. And honestly, like just sitting there really thinking about like my whole experience with this person, it's really like...
It's like the criminal effect. Like if a person steals a piece of bread, right, to feed his family because he can't afford it, is he actually a bad person, or is he just a criminal forced to do criminal things, or is he just a person forced to do criminal things?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But I just don't feel like it's that though. I don't know. I sat there and I was thinking about my experience with this person like throughout. It's like since I've known them
the whole time. Okay.
Yeah.
Like the whole shebang.
And it's like, where did it go wrong? Because there was a point in time where like everything was fine. We were happy. It was good. And then it just started plummeting down. And I'm just like, where did I go wrong somewhere? Or did they go wrong somewhere? And it's like, I don't need to think about this. I do feel that I should move on from not like...
Which I said this.
Yeah. Not move on in a sense of like, there's still feelings there. But more so moving on from like the fact that like that's not the type of person that they are anymore. Like I think that was my biggest thing is I dwelled so much on the person that they were at the very beginning. Where it was like they were good, they were attentive, they were kind, you know, they were so like I built such a good foundation, and somewhere along the way it just went to crap.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what was it my fault? Was it their fault? Like, was it a mutual fault? And then, you know, I tried keeping connections with this person. Because I'm just
keeping connections with the dream of the person.
And that's my problem, because I'm just like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, but that's still them. It's not though.
Yeah.
It's not. And I think my problem, and this is where my problem lands on the disingenuine. They knew that that's not them anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they pretended so that they could. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Sorry, if you guys see me grimacing, it's because I messed up my back a little bit. So.
Like, they know they're not that person anymore, but you're gonna pretend to act like you're still that person, or pretend that you can potentially be that person again. And it's like, all because you want to keep me around for your benefits. And like, in that sense, it really does, like, it messes with me, because I'm just like, dude, like, that was such a mentally draining moment. And it's like, of course, I did my own thing. You know, I'm sure I probably made them feel a certain way as well.
Everybody has their own faults in a scenario where there's two people, right? But at the end of the day, it's also like, I messed up, but like I'm still me, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like you messed up, and then you changed.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like I feel like I did change for good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Like changed in a good way.
Yeah.
Like you picked up better habits than said person.
Yes, and it's just like,
I mean, some people just really aren't meant to work out. Like some people.
No,
really
and that's fine. But that's fine. You can be a chapter, but let it be a chapter. Why do you want to keep going back to that chapter? End it. Leave it alone already. Like, why do you keep like holding on to that stupid little chapter? And the thing that frustrates me is that it's like, it feels evil in a sense.
Yeah, because you're basically stringing somebody along.
Absolutely.
In your book.
Absolutely.
Forgetting that they also have a book.
Of course. but it's because you know that I care, and that's the thing that I kind of hate.
It's taking advantage of your caring nature.
Yes.
Yeah, and see, this is where I told you, right? So I'm gonna use the analogy of chapter. It's because we have the camera on books, and I just thought about chapters, right? It's say some chapters are meant to like, okay, there's like a side character that like maybe appears in like a future chapter, or there's like a really background character, but he's still there, or they're still there, or she's still there, right? Depending on who you are.
Yeah.
But then there's some chapters that like literally end, and you never see the character again. Like there's some chapters that just need to be done, and then there's a clear like shift
Yeah.
away from that chapter.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, and because I've literally told her this many times before, some chapters just need to end completely.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, there are some chapters, some people, some relationships, some friends, some etc. Right? Like, you might not be like a main character, or you might not even be a side character, but you're a background character. You can be a background character. You can,
Yeah.
be around. Every now and again you get like an episode or two.
But I just feel like me being around, like I feel like I get the shitty episode. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I feel like and that's what I hate about being somebody that's caring, because it's like I'm always gonna care about people, like, even people that have done me so wrong. I still sit there and I have so much care, and it just makes me mad because it's like people know that and they take advantage of that, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I really do. Like it just starts.
I mean,
to
some
make me
people are
mad.
just built different. Literally, as in like they want to manipulate and have their own way.
And that's fucked. That's literally fucked.
Okay, you're not gonna fix humanity, all right?
I mean, no, I don't have to fix humanity, but it's like I like to think that I have like good people in my life. So when you're like not a good person, it sucks. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I had an emotional moment. I just hate being a caring person. It's something that really just is annoying in my nature because people take advantage of that. And if you're a person that takes advantage of people that care and have big hearts, yeah, fuck you.
I hope you step on Legos.
I hope you stub your toe every time you turn a corner. Literally.
I hope you drop your phone in the toilet.
Ooh, that's a good one. What's another one?
Like, imagine you're watching YouTube while you're doing your business and then just plop.
No, you know what I hope that when you're like on your phone in your bed, I hope the phone falls on your face.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
That happened to me last night. It did.
I don't think you're a disingenuous
my eye,
person. I think you are just collateral damage.
No. It hit
Um,
my eye though. I was watching.
That hurt.
Yeah, I was watching it like this. I don't know, because it was one of those videos where it's like watch from like the bottom of like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I never used to be able to watch those videos because I always had a privacy screen protected, but then it always broke because I
Mhm.
dropped my phone. I drop my phone a lot. So I thought if I just get a normal one, it'd be stronger. But
Yeah.
my phone is still cracked right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was watching it like this, and then I was kind of like falling asleep too because it was really late, and I dropped it and it went like right in my eye, like not in my eye, but like on the bottom part, like right here,
Yeah.
like where the skin is,
Mhm.
and it kind of hurt. So then I watched the stuff on my on my laptop.
Just like get this fucking phone away from me, actually.
I blame the phone. Is it when you stub your toe and you smack the table because the table was there?
Yeah. I'm trying to think about another one.
Or when you don't score a goal in FIFA and you throw your controller across the room?
Bro.
I do that. I still do that sometimes.
I hope you lose really important paperwork.
I thought you were gonna say something else. No, it's raining. Oh no.
What do you mean? What else? What did you think I was gonna say?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
What was it?
Don't worry about it.
I just hope that, and this isn't just about the person that I'm speaking about. He's just, and I don't give a fuck, I'll just say it. He's just one factor. But
How the fuck is it raining and it's sunny out?
if you are just a disingenuous person and you are just using somebody for your own benefit,
You're a sociopath.
you suck. You're a sociopath. No, you suck.
You'd
You
be
suck,
perfect for
and
Wall Street.
you're an evil person, and work on that. Work on that for sure, because karma's a real thing, and karma really will get you right back. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think I'm gonna transition this in. Yeah, my fear is being around people that are disingenuous, that don't have the right intentions with me,
Bars.
whether that be friends, family, or people I'm in relationships with. Like, I literally have the hugest trust issues now, where I'm like, I don't even think any of you are my friends, and like, I don't know if my family's. I exclude you out of these topics.
I was gonna say, watch your tone when you speak to me like that.
When you speak of me in that manner, no, I think.
Don't you dare lump me in with them.
He's like, I am not one of those peasants.
Like that one king from Game of Thrones. Targaryen. Oh, you haven't watched Game of Thrones.
I only know about like the Red Wedding. And that's about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
No, I don't lump you in with the rest of the crowd, but I do have a lot of trust issues, and so it's really hard for me to like really give my all to people anymore because people just don't know how to handle that. But anyways, yeah, I have a fear of disingenuous people, and that's
So topic 3 of the day is fears. If you guys haven't guessed.
Yeah.
Because we talked about our pet peeves. Now we're gonna let you guys know a little bit more about ourselves. What's your fears?
Yeah.
Do you have any irrational fears?
Driving.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's so annoying because everybody's always like, just do it. Just do it. You guys don't understand the anxiety I feel when I'm behind a fucking wheel. There was this one time my mom was gonna let me like just go around the block. That was it. I was just supposed to go around the block. And I literally just like was like, okay, yeah. Like I when I'm sitting on this side of it, I'm like, I'm so confident. I'm like, yeah, I can do it. It's not that hard. I'll be able to do it. I get behind the wheel and I'm just like, mind you, my like sister, my 5-year-old sister, was like in the back of the car at the time. So I like looked and like my mind just spiraled into like this, like if I screw this car up, my mom's gonna be mad, my mom's gonna be out of a car, like what if I hurt Amora, like, or what, like, you know what, or like what if I crash into something. I literally will go into like the most negative spiral ever.
Jesus Christ.
I had like, it's a fear, like I'm scared, like no, but like it's not, I just don't want to drive him. So I'm literally scared to do it, and it's like that's too much responsibility for me. I'll literally do anything else. I will not get behind the wheel. And like I don't understand people that love driving. Like I don't get it.
I love driving. I like going fast. That's why I bought my sim rig. I wish I was a race car driver. Honestly, I think I might try to get my super license.
He gives me a new idea on things he wants to do every day.
You know what that is, all right?
So that you're certified to be a race car
Yeah,
driver?
you could be a test driver for certain cars.
Oh.
Yeah. I love it. I love everything about going fast and everything.
I just got a toll violation notice. I don't even drive.
Oh, the scams?
Yes.
Did it come from an email?
That's actually so fun. Yes.
It came from an email.
Yeah. But the emails are fake too, right?
No, they're actual email. Well, they're emails, like actual emails. They're just from most likely people in India. Not to be racist or anything.
I was gonna say, why India?
Because that's where most of these things come from.
Oh.
Anyway, I guess I'll do a fear right now. One of my, I guess, irrational fears is needles.
Oh my God, yeah. I do remember you telling me about this.
I don't like needles. I don't like getting my blood drawn. I don't like any of that stuff. I have an irrational fear that the needle's going to break in me and then go up my vein and into my heart and stuff. Yeah. So one time they had to hold me down to draw my blood.
How old were you?
Like 15, 16. As in like multiple nurses and the doctor holding me down.
John.
I genuinely don't like needles.
I mean, I guess I can get it.
No, that's my irrational fear. Fear.
There was one time when I was getting my blood drawn or whatever, I was getting like a checkup, and they couldn't find my vein, and they're just like moseying around in my skin. I'm like, okay, like,
one time,
can y'all find it?
My veins hide now. Like last year when I was supposed to get my blood drawn, she could see my veins when she was like doing the checkup and everything. Like right now, so you could kind of see my vein like here and here and here and here.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I see the needle, my veins like disappear. And she was like feeling around. She was like looking for them. She was like, did some push-ups and everything. My body was like, nah, fam.
We're not playing this
You'll
game.
get nothing from me. Never.
That's actually really funny.
You'll never take me alive. Another fear I have is snakes.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't do much.
Venomous snakes in
They
particular.
also still don't do
Also,
much.
big snake. Some venomous snakes in one bite and you're dead in 5 minutes.
I understand that, but like, if provoked,
To be fair though, I just don't like the way they slither. Like why it moves like that.
it is pretty quick.
Exactly. Like why it moves like that. Like I don't like that. Big snakes, small snakes.
I had a snake.
Got a snake in my pants. No, I'm joking. Wait,
I
what?
had a snake.
Ew.
I think I could find the picture.
Ew. My friend had a snake.
I had a snake and I loved him, and he went missing for 2 weeks.
My neighbors had a snake in their house, and the wife,
Mhm.
she doesn't like snakes, and the snake got loose in the house somewhere, and she literally took the kids and lived in a motel or a hotel for like a week.
I mean,
and a half.
it's not bad. Okay, look it. So
It wasn't poisonous or anything. It was or venomous.
no, I know.
It was just
It's just the fact that it was missing.
yeah.
But oh my god, it was so funny. So we put them in like a dog carrier. Like that's what we put our snake in.
Motherfucker, it has a grill at the front. It could come out.
No, I know. But I put him in a dog carrier because I think at the time we had just gotten the snake.
Mm-hmm.
And so while we were, oh my god, there's like cat hair everywhere. Anyways, so I was very little. It's not little, but like, whatever. I was a kid, and I was
Just
playing
a
with the
baby.
snake, and I put the snake back in the dog bin or whatever. I didn't close it all the way.
Mm.
So in the morning, I went to go grab my little snake, and my snake was gone. And I'm like, where's my snake? Then I told my dad, and my dad's like, well, where did you put it? And I said, well, it's in the dog thing. It was in there. And he was like, oh, it must have gotten out. Like, did you leave it open? And I lied, and I said no, because I was not about to get it cussed out.
So what happened? Did you guys find it?
We ended up finding it in our front,
Was it dead?
front closet. No.
Oh.
It was very much alive. And we were like, oh, you were just, and he literally was just chilling in there. I was like, dude, we've been looking for you for like 2 weeks. He was missing for 2 weeks.
Was it a big snake, small snake?
And for me, it was pretty big.
Crazy.
Literally, it would like wrap around my neck. It was so fun. Like, just for fun, it would do that. And I was like, oh, my baby, my Shayla. I miss her.
What's
He
it like?
died.
Go ahead.
He died because we were feeding, or my dad was. My dad fed him a mouse,
Mm-hmm.
and the mouse bit the snake.
Aren't you supposed to feed them dead mice?
Is that? I don't think my dad knew that.
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to feed it dead mice.
Oh, no. No.
When I see like people like feed like their big animals like anacondas and stuff
Hmm?
that they feed them like dead stuff.
No, I thought they kept them alive.
No.
Like, it's a weird mouse kink. People have mouse kinks. It's fucking weird. And
What's a
I
mouse
stand on that.
kink?
Where you like find it funny and humorous when this poor little mouse is like scared of death. And you're
Oh,
like, look at it, it's shivering. No, you guys are fucking weird.
psychopaths.
Wall
Street people.
Wall Street people's crazy.
I'm just. I saw an interview where a guy was there saying like the perfect person to work on Wall Street is a psychopath.
Why is that?
Well, it's quite literally is like 90% of the stuff is doing like illegal stuff,
Mhm.
like money, like moving money around and all that type of stuff, controlling people, manipulating people, trying to get people to like you, even though you know your intentions are to like screw them over and everything.
Disingenuine people.
Literally psychopaths. Anyway,
Psychos.
that's why I don't trust finance people.
Yeah. Because they're just there to get what they want. I can't find this damn picture of me and the snake.
Oh well, you'll show me later.
Oh, I found it.
Oh no, fam! Oh,
I loved my little snake.
dude, I would have.
That was my snake.
Jesus Christ.
I loved him.
Anyway,
Yeah.
snakes are here.
So snakes aren't bad. I like snakes. The ocean. I will never go into the ocean. The ocean is literally,
I would love to go to the ocean.
you're literally in shark soup.
Sharks don't attack you most of the time.
You know that sharks confuse you for fish, and that's why they attack you.
Yeah. So
I don't
look
want to
like
be
a fish.
confused. I don't want to be confused as a fish. And I would rather just avoid that as a whole by not going in there. That's literally human soup.
I like the ocean. I used to
like
be
it
scared of
too.
boats.
I like looking.
I used to be scared of boats. Like I went on a boat trip with my neighbors once, and I got scared of it.
Mhm.
But then, lucky afterward, I like got over it because one of my like dreams as a kid was to go fishing in the Bering Sea for crab, be like on Deadliest Catch. If you know that show, let me know that in the comments. You guys know this. One of my dreams was to be like a fisherman on Deadliest Catch.
What the fuck?
I never wanted
That's
a
a
normal.
pretty scary job.
I never wanted like a normal thing. When my dad was watching Deadliest Catch when I was younger, and I would watch with him, I was like, "That's gonna be me one day. I want to be the guy that throws the hook and then brings it back in, and he's dealing with the waves at the
John,
side."
bro, I'm not. I don't know how to. I don't know how you're. He has like 7 dreams, and not one of them is like a realistic one. Like it's so
Because
funny.
everything else is so boring.
Well, actually, no. You do have a realistic one, which is pilot school, but you're not doing it, which is making me mad.
Again, I do have to get the money for it. I could take out the loan right now.
No,
I want to see if I could get more money though first, so I could take out a smaller loan.
that's valid.
Although I am afraid of heights to an extent. To be fair though, when I'm in a plane, I love it. But if I'm like on the Sears Tower or the Willis Tower, like looking on the sky deck, I'm scared as shit because I don't trust the building, but I trust the plane.
This is pretty eerie. Did you know that when people fall
Mm-hmm.
off like buildings and stuff like that, if you get what I'm insinuating,
Okay.
they don't die when they hit the ground?
Yeah, most likely you're not gonna die right away. Yeah.
No. Like they don't die when they hit the ground.
What do you mean they don't die?
Like their heart obviously can't take all that adrenaline, and their heart stops while they're midair. So
Oh.
they actually don't feel when they hit the ground.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so fun fact of the day. That's why I feel like I have a big thing about, like, you know, roller coasters, how they have like that big giant drop.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why the giant drop only goes down and then stops. And then in the middle, and then it goes back down all the way again.
It depends on your heart as well. Like, if your heart can take more, then you might survive until the drop. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, so I don't know. That's just an interesting fact I ended up learning. I don't really have a lot of fears, and my biggest fears are literally just like the ocean and driving.
Mm.
I don't really have much on that.
I have a fear of disappointing people.
Oh, I don't care.
Mm.
Actually, no, I do care. But at the same time, I go through these waves of like, oh my god, I'm letting everybody down, and then I'm like, wait, this is my life. I actually don't give a fuck what you
I just
do.
have a fear of like disappointing people in the sense that like I'll never be enough for them. Like I'll never be enough for like a partner. I'll never be enough for like my family. I'll never be enough for like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
That's
But
life.
at the same time, like,
That's life.
no, not even that. Like, I think you just need to be more content with yourself and happy with yourself. And like, as soon as you kind of reach that, you'll care less about what other people think of you. You'll know that you're enough for. If you could sit there and be like, I am enough, I'm enough of a person for myself, then you're gonna be enough for a person that you end up being with. And if they sit there and think that you're not enough, then that wasn't your person.
True.
So,
True.
Fun fact. I'm not sure if you knew.
Wisdom with Leah.
No wisdom with Leah. Leah has no fucking wisdom. Leah is tired of being played with, actually. I want to like scream right now, but it's like I've given you guys that way too many times. No, I'm so tired. I'm very tired of being played with. I'm tired of being manipulated. I'm tired of being used. I'm tired of my fucking knowing that my heart is so big and that I allow chances after chances after chances. Like, I am tired of it all. Like,
What was the last topic?
I think we went through it.
There was fears, disingenuous people. Kid, or your kids in sport, like family and sports and stuff.
Yeah,
And then there was one more that you said.
I don't remember.
Dang, you guys are gonna miss out on this last topic.
No, I'm actually just about to go on like a 5-minute rant. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay, you on your rant. I'm gonna try to remember the topic.
I don't think we had it. No, because the rant has to consist of you answering me.
Oh, okay. Oh, your interview questions for me.
Oh,
You said you wanted to interview me. You
yeah.
said you had questions for me. There we
Okay,
go.
fine. Then I'll cut it down to 2.
So rant and then interview.
Yes.
He's gonna interview me.
Yes. Because I think I brought this up to you last week already. Basically, there was a time where I was sitting there and I was saying how I felt. And I was literally like crying about it. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I feel so bad. I feel so like this, that, and the third. And this person was like, wow, that was really scripted. Like, did you learn how to do that?
Oh, is it because of that one
Isn't
thing?
that what?
That's because of the thing I said last week when you were talking, and I was like, wow, that sounds like an anime.
Yeah, or some shit. And I was just like, no, don't piss me off with that shit. Like, it genuinely makes me so mad because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm telling you how I feel. And you're like, did you get that off a movie script? Shut the fuck. Go get fucked. Get fucked. Like, shut the fuck up, you fucking loser. You're a fucking loser. Just because I know how to communicate my emotions doesn't, and you don't, that has nothing to fucking do with me. I'm so.
That's gonna be a T-shirt.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna make that into merch.
No.
Get fucked, you loser.
Fucking loser. You're a fucking miserable little fucking loser. Ugh.
So
I'm literally telling you how I fucking feel, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna tell me, oh my god,
Okay.
that sounded like you were in a movie script. I just want to know if you sat there and you're telling somebody like, hey, this is how I feel. You're literally on the verge of tears, like you're upset. And they sit there and they tell you, wow, sounds like you got that from a movie scene. What are you telling them?
Right, it depends on how, like, the context of how they say it, right? Because so for me personally,
How else is there to say it?
you asked me, right?
Okay.
It's like, the way I said it to you last week, I was like, oh, hey, that sounds like an anime, but, like, I understood what you were trying to say. I'm just like, okay, to me, that sounds like something I heard in an anime before. It's like, I understand, like, the feelings behind it. I was like, if it's like, oh, you got that from a movie, like, what do you mean I got that from a movie? Like, are you just saying that I just copied a movie to try to, like, give up my, you know what I mean?
Like, it just feels like you're being dismissive towards my feelings.
Exactly, that's what I mean. But, like, so, like, for me personally, right, if I say something stupid, right, or something like I'm trying to be deep or something or whatever, right, and somebody's like, damn, that sounds like it's from, like, like it should be in a TV show, or it's, like, in a movie or something, like something prophetic or something, however you say that word, and then I'm like, okay, then these guys kind of understand, like, that's kind of the emotion that I'm trying to convey, right, like, dramatic, and, like, it hurts, but, like, you know what I mean, whereas, like, if it's, like, what, you got that from a movie, right, like, you know what I mean, then it's like, what do you mean I got that from a movie, bro? Like, I'm literally telling you how I feel, right? And you're just like trying to like, oh, why you shouldn't be like a movie person or something like that. You know what I mean?
Like, dismiss the fuck out of me. Like, hey, I just actually told you how I felt in my heart, and you sat there and you said, wow, sounds like you got that from a movie. Get fucked.
So it depends on like the how the person says it to me. To me.
No. You sat there, you were upset, you were crying, and they sat there and were like, sounds like you got that from a movie.
See,
no,
that's
fuck you.
That is dismissive, in my opinion.
Fuck you to the full extent. Fuck you. fuck you. I hope you get sunburned this summer, and I hope it hurts. I hope you're peeling.
I like sunburn.
That's fucking weird. Anyways.
So you had some questions from me,
yes.
I heard.
So just going based off of, obviously, Leah has nothing but failed relationships. So
you're literally in a relationship right now that seems pretty healthy.
Right. Anyways, so Leah and
I don't know any of these questions, by the way. She did not tell me, so.
No. I just want to know how you'd be as like a boyfriend, to be honest, because as we all know, John has been single for about 8 years now.
It's not 8 years.
8 years.
I've been single for 2.
2? When the fuck did you have a girlfriend?
2 years ago.
1.
You were that time you ghosted me, that whole summer where you literally didn't text me at all. During college.
It's crazy because like the phone goes both ways for sure.
I literally texted you. This was literally when I texted you, and you answered me a week later, and you said, "Hey man, I'm not really feeling it right now." And then only after it was like towards Christmas time when we started talking again, because it was coming up to Christmas and your birthday, because your birthday's right after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't want to hear it because I already texted you, and you were like, "I'm just not feeling it right now, man. Like maybe another time." And I was like, "Okay, all right." I'll let you.
I did not know.
I don't want to push.
I did not know about this.
Anyway, how would I be? So what are you asking?
Okay, so, do you feel like it's realistic to? I'm just gonna ask you a series of questions. You're gonna tell me if you think these are realistic or not.
So yes or no? Like
Yeah.
realistic or not?
Yeah, and like your perspective.
Okay, so yes is realistic, no is not realistic.
Yeah.
Okay, just
Okay. Your girlfriend is on her period. I don't know how you feel about those type of words, but whatever.
I don't care.
Okay, period. She requires a lot of attention during this time, and she's big on like you have to bring her things every single time, meaning chocolates, heating pads, tea, things of that nature. Are you going to be doing that every month?
That's pretty realistic. Yeah. I mean, if she's in pain and stuff, then yeah, obviously, like you try to make her situation better, or like that whole time of the month better, right? So yeah, it's pretty realistic.
Your girlfriend wants you to stop being friends with certain individuals.
Depends on the individual.
Like if your girlfriend was like, I feel like me because I'm one of your only girlfriends.
Okay,
so if your girlfriend was like, hey, I don't know how I feel about Leah. I think
Right. So if it's you, then it's a no for two reasons. One, you're literally in a relationship, so there's no real potential of cheating, obviously. And two, I've made it extremely clear to you over many years that I'm not interested in you that way.
Yeah.
So I'd obviously try to reassure her, like there's no potential of like cheating or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's just more so. It's just more so of like, because listen, and a girl's intuition 9 times out of 10 is always right, and there's always that 1% of chance where they're not. But if she's just sitting there and she's just like, I just don't feel comfortable, like this being in a lone setting. Let's say we're like, I'm just not in a relationship, and we're doing like the podcast and things of that nature. And she's like, I just think this is weird. Like I don't. The fact that you're thinking about this,
but it's still a no because I don't see any like reason like why it would be.
Of course,
like in my opinion.
And in the same sense, like I think that way too. But I think considering her feelings might be.
I mean, you'd have to consider her feelings, but then I do everything in my power, obviously, to like reassure her that there's nothing. Like honestly,
but would that mean you would have to stop talking to me in order for you to do that?
I wouldn't stop talking to you.
Okay.
Personally, you see, my thing is like my friends, like all my friends are a reflection of me.
Yeah.
And if you don't like my friends, then there's some part of me that you don't like.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's like, then there's an underlying issue that we have to work.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, not if it's like if it's like a issue where like let's say this is like my dream, like my dream. But even if it's like my dream, you're like, why wouldn't you like my friends? Because my friends are like, you know what I mean? Like again, me.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like. That's a complicated one, but no, my answer would be no on that one. Like, it's not realistic to stop talking to a friend.
You guys hear that? You hear that? I'm not fucking going anywhere. Thank you very much. I'm just kidding. And vice versa. Oh
well, yeah.
Like if
there are situations where like maybe there's a potential to like you need to like
I think there will be set boundaries. Like if she was like, you know how we go to the gym together, and if she's like, I don't feel comfortable with you going to the gym with her, and then we're gonna have to stop.
Also, like, let's say like your friend is like a really bad influence. Like let's say like you have a friend that's like
I know those. I dealt with those for a good 2 years.
Yeah, doing drugs, doing all this stuff. Then, or like, you know what I mean? Like in that scenario, okay, there's a conversation to be had. There's concessions,
Right.
But
okay, valid.
Next question. Next question.
Okay. She constantly. What's up?
Why is there rubber in my car?
I don't know. She constantly feels like your family just doesn't like her.
Like,
but it's been known, like mom's like telling you like she does like her, and like grandma's telling you that she does like her, but she's just constantly feeling like, oh, I don't think they like me. Or her friends, or your friends. Like, what if she feels like, oh, I think like Leah just doesn't like me, but I haven't made that like known.
So then my thing would be like in that scenario, it's like obviously then come hang out with us, or like maybe try to set up a day where like you two just hang out. You know what I mean? Okay.
So,
anyway, I don't know.
I already had just said previously in this podcast that I have a really hard time making friends because of trust issues, and you want me to be alone with your girlfriend? No, I don't think so. I'm just
saying like times where you guys could bond, like bond with my family or bond with my friends. You know what I mean?
For John's future girlfriend,
crazy.
I think you would have to be withdrawn for a solid 2 years before I could hang out with you
What the
one-on-one at
Oh.
your house.
Oh,
Before I can really sit there and be like, yeah, I can hang out with this person one-on-one. Because this is my thing, is I barely hang out with people I already know.
you better hang out with
one-on-one.
me.
Yeah, we started doing this podcast, and now I see him once a week. Before that, maybe every 6 months, give or take.
Literally.
Literally. So yeah.
Next question.
Okay.
There's gonna be one that's gonna be like
Oh,
highly. Yeah, I already know.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of a really good one.
And now it's sunny and not raining. Great weather, Chicago.
Ooh,
Wanna move?
you're dating the girl.
Okay,
Right?
I'm dating the girl. Yes, that's kind of a prerequisite
But
to
not
having a
like
girlfriend.
shut the fuck up. No, dating.
Yes, dating.
Like not your girlfriend yet.
Oh, as in going on dates, but it's the pre-girlfriend stage
Correct.
or pre-relationship stage.
Yes.
Okay.
And you meet her friends, and you realize there's a hotter friend.
What about it though? Like, are you asking, am I trying to switch to the hotter
Like,
friend?
what if it's like, okay, let's not just say like hotter as in like physically, but more so like that other friend is way more your type.
Way more my type.
Like physically, emotionally, mentally, way more your type.
Okay. Physically and emotionally more my type,
And mentally, yes,
and mentally.
yes.
Wow. Okay.
But like that's not who you're with. You're with the other one that you thought was your type, but it really wasn't.
So here's my thing, right? One, in my opinion, right, if I date one friend out of the friend group, right, like her friend group, right,
Right.
like her,
Mhm.
then instantly everybody else is like locked off to me. Like I don't even look at them because, in my opinion, it's kind of weird to like
Mm.
want the girl you're seeing or dating
Yeah.
to want to look at her other friends. You know what I mean?
True.
So in my opinion, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I like instantly they're kind of like they're just there, like they're her friends. They're they're just there to me.
Would you want a relationship with your girlfriend's friends?
As in, okay, like
Not like just like a friendship relationship.
yeah, as in like I know who you are. Like like I could be funny around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like I guess like I don't know like if we're all going out
Right.
for some reason and I get invited, like it's not awkward or anything. I guess yeah, but like as in like going out like one on one with my girlfriend's friends, I don't really, not really.
You,
I mean,
you know what
I don't see why I would want that.
No, and you're so real for that. You're very valid for that because this is how I think of it. Because I currently go through that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the only people I want to be friends with on that end of thing. Not saying that there's anything wrong with anyone, but I really only want to be friends with like the girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like the girls, they all have boyfriends, and like they're also part of the friend group.
Like,
But it's like I don't care to be friends with the boyfriends. I don't care to follow them on anything. Like I'm more just there for the
no,
girls.
I'm okay with like following like on Instagram and stuff, or like. But what I'm saying is like if they want to have like a more friendly connection with me, then fine. I'm
Yeah.
completely fine with that. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, hey, let's hang out. My girl's busy. Let's hang out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that part. I get that aspect. I don't know. I think for me, I've always been very big on like, oh, I'll be friends with the girl. I think out of his entire friend group, like, there's only one boy
Uh-huh.
that like, I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'll follow back. Just kidding. There's two.
Mhm.
I follow him. They follow me back, and like, it's cool. It's fine. It's dandy. But the girls, like, I'll follow the girls, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. Like, this is fine.
Although I
this is
will say
fine.
this,
but I will
I-
never really have a relationship with like the men.
Here's what I'll say about this, right? Is I would like to have like an okay friendship with her friends, right? In
Yeah.
the sense of like we're like we're comfortable on it, like friends around each
Okay.
other, right?
Right.
Because I've had like relationships in the past where like I don't know her friend or like her friends are just like really anti me, and
Which
it's,
is so weird.
it ruins it. Like
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
all awkward. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think the weird friends, I have to be honest, I've like just I don't have to, the weird friends are the ones that are like if I'm dating somebody and then we break up and then my friends like still stay friends with them or like stay following them. Why are you
Mhm.
no, you didn't know them before me. Have some fucking loyalty. Thank you very much. Like that shit's gonna piss me. Like you'll never catch him still following one of my fucking exes. He did it. He had one interaction one time, and he got called out for it, and we cut it there.
Literally, I had to interact.
No, you didn't.
I was in a position. No, I was literally in a position where I had to.
No, you didn't.
I'm just gonna go to a party and just kind of sit there like this.
Correct.
Crazy.
Correct. If it's between talking to that person and
Okay, that specific person, I guess. All right, yeah, fine.
No, I don't want you talking to any of my exes.
Obviously,
What the fuck?
again, I don't even know any of your exes. You've barely introduced me to one. To one. Literally, the only time I've seen you in a relationship with one is the one we were talking about, and the one that we were talking about earlier. And that's it. I haven't met your current boyfriend. I haven't met any of your previous boyfriends. I haven't met.
There was no other previous.
Okay. Anyway.
He's trying to make me sound like a whore.
No. Nice question.
I think that was all my questions.
I was gonna say those were easy. That was lightweight. That was
I'm
easy.
gonna have to come back harder next week, guys. Don't you worry.
More questions next week. That was easy. Give me one more.
Okay, I got you. Hold on.
It's just too easy.
You get a really good job opportunity, but you have to move out of state. And she doesn't want to.
Okay. So this is where it's gonna get personal for me, right? Because I don't really want a normal job. So like for me personally, like my job opportunities would be like it'd be so. How do I say this right? Like say to me like right, I never ever want to work in an office again. So like, it wouldn't be one of those scenarios where it's like you move to this office in a different city and you get this much of a pay bump. Because to me personally, it's not about the money. It's about I have to enjoy what I'm doing, right? Like if I have enough to eat and somewhere to sleep and to pay for stuff, then I'm happy, right? If I'm doing something that I like. So for me, like the jobs that I would want, right? Like, let's say I'm a pilot, right? And let's say like I fly for like Delta, and majority of Delta's flights go out of I can never say that city, Atalanta, because I say it as like the soccer team in Italy, Atalanta. But anyway, you guys know what I mean. Down there in Georgia, as pilots, you could commute there. Like your company will pay for you to like live. Like I say, I live still in Chicago.
Yeah.
And they'll pay for me to fly to Atlanta to then fly the plane somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Atlanta.
There we go. Yeah.
I was like, what foreign country is he talking about? What is Atalanta? Atlanta?
It's because I say it as like the Italian Atalanta.
Atlanta?
I can't. Right. So
what the fuck is Atalanta, bro? What are
it's
you?
a city in Italy.
Ain't no way.
And it's a soccer team in Italy, Atalanta.
All right, fine, I'll believe you.
Anyway, so right in terms of those cases jobs or like other jobs that I'd want would be like more of like I'd want to work for myself, right? Either doing like something creative like this or something more physical or something like that.
Right.
So it's like, well, I could do that wherever, you know what I mean?
True.
So, to me personally, in my specific scenario, that question doesn't really apply. Because I really just don't want a office job ever.
Well,
unless I become a soccer player. And then let's say I get signed to a team, like that's in a different country. Well, sorry, babe, we're moving.
What do you mean, sorry, babe? She doesn't want to move.
Well, sorry, babe, we gotta go.
She doesn't want to go. She's not going.
Nah, sorry, babe.
She's not going.
Nah, sorry, babe, we gotta go.
She is not going. She is. What are you talking? You can't drag her away.
Sorry, baby.
No.
We'll come back on vacations.
No, she's not going.
You can come visit whenever you want.
She's not going. There is no sorry this, sorry that. She's not going.
There's only one career that will make me move away from the person that I love, and it's soccer. So.
You're so goofy.
I'm not. Literally, soccer is my first love.
You give me the ick.
It goes soccer, then my wife.
Oh.
Very close. Nah, I'm joking. I'm gonna get ripped to shreds in the comments.
No, it's valid though. I think that's gonna be it for this episode.
That's a little rant right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe next week I have some questions for Leah. I'm gonna come up with questions for Leah. That should be fun.
I'm gonna have a contract when you if that's the case.
What the fuck you mean
You
contract?
can't talk about certain things.
Fine. Obviously, the fuck.
Okay.
I'm not gonna ask you fucking like super personal questions. Damn.
Okay. All right. Anyways, guys.
Hope you guys enjoyed. We shall see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Bye, horse.